Well, look, if you haven't heard of Led Zeppelin, you should check your genitals for weird probe marks because it probably means you've been abducted by an alien for the last 25 years. Along with the Stones and the Beatles, Led Zepp are one of the great rock and roll acts responsible for the most amazing song ever written, Stairway to Heaven. And tonight, we have with us the two men responsible for that song, the driving force behind Led Zepp, who've got together recently to record their first album in 14 years. Together, that is No Quarter, an extraordinary album. Please welcome Mr. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page.
That's it then.
That's it now. It's over. Thanks very much. That was fabulous. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy Page. It's so nice to meet you after all these years. You've been in my head all this time, you know that.
I could feel it.
Yeah, yeah. It's been quite a scary thing. No Quarter. Let's talk about No Quarter. You've recorded a lot of this in Morocco with Noah tribesmen. Now, how do you get together? Does your agent call their agent? How does that work?
I knew a girl in a restaurant in Marrakesh.
I love stories that start like that.
And basically, one situation led to another, and this group were playing in the restaurant. They were amazing, really like happening music. And they were just playing to people who were like sort of going, oh, I think I must go home now. Or they had Moroccan tummy.
Right.
And these people were playing and they were brilliant. And we couldn't find anybody else who'd play with us. So I called the restaurant.
You couldn't find anybody else who'd play with you?
It's been a very lean...
telling the truth,
It's been a lean 10 years.
Oh, has it really now?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm sure it has. How hard is it actually writing music with people who are diametrically, culturally different to you? They don't speak your language. They probably don't have a single Led Zepp album in their collection.
Yeah, they don't have a collection.
They don't even have a collection. How hard is it working with that?
Well, we were really lucky, weren't we? We just went into a courtyard, sat down with them. There was all this kind of incense and stuff sort of floating around. In fact, it was a bit like Woodstock was way back. Yeah. And we just started playing with them.
Really?
And we had these visions, you know. It was remarkable, actually. It was really good. It didn't take very long at all.
Where do I get that incense from, actually?
Well, judging by what happened to us last time we were here, I'm not going to tell you.
What did happen to you last time you were here?
It's my attention span.
Oh, I see, yes. No, I understand. Will you please welcome Mr. Robert Plant? I'm just reminding him of who he is here. And this is Jimmy Page immediately to your right.
He's a recovering candidate, all right?
Actually, we have some footage of you playing with the Noah tribesmen in that very square. Let's check it out. Let's get a feel for it. Looks like a fantastic experience. Now,
I must say, there's surprisingly few women in that clip.
Now, why would that be?
I can't imagine where they all went. I think they were in the caravan with Rex, our tour manager. Yeah, it was an amazing night in Marrakesh. Yeah.
Because you've said you'd like to perform with...
These are not all innuendos, you know. Some of this is true.
No, this is not Julian Clary here, you know. You've said you'd like to perform with... Oh, maybe it is. With Moroccan trance singers who can teach you how to cut yourself, but you don't feel it?
Well, the Jalala, there's all these different forms of music in Morocco, in North Africa. Yeah. And really, it's... why am I doing all the talking?
I was about to say...
Because he keeps asking you the questions.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's... I'm terribly sorry.
Right. No.
Yes, tell me about the Moroccan trance musicians.
About we'd heard stories before about the Jujuka tribes people. And when they bring in the rites of spring, you know, Panathian feast, which just goes on for days and days. There's stories of them smashing bowls over their heads, starting to bleed. The next day there's not a scar or a mark or anything.
It's a bit like your wet T-shirt competitions in the pubs around here.
No, we don't. This is the 90s now. We don't have those anymore. We've moved on. We have wet brain competitions instead.
Yeah, I can see that.
Thank you very much. It's gel, actually.
I think the deal is if you repeat anything long enough, something happens to you that doesn't normally happen. And the whole mantric thing with Moroccan, North African music is that the repetition of the rhythm, the riff, and the whole intention goes round and round. Like in Haiti, you're probably more familiar with it in Haiti.
Yeah, that's where well, no, actually, the shamans in Tibet do the same thing.
That's
where
right, yeah.
They work themselves up into this state where they believe they can see ghosts.
Yeah. We were only there for about 2 hours. So we only got a certain amount of it.
Yeah.
You know, just enough for 2 songs.
Well, you said that the music you did in Morocco is about as far away from George Michael as you can get. Has this been a career ambition for you?
Well, a friend of mine's got his coat. It's a sort of powder blue, sort of worsted. We're on our way anyway.
You're
if we can find a chorus now, we'll have a hit.
Jimmy, one thing that amazes me, the double neck guitars and also the triple neck guitars, I don't see how that works because you can only play one at a time.
I know. But not in Morocco, maybe. Maybe you can visualise more.
No. Oh, I see. So it's
no,
just
they're in different tunings. That's what it is.
So
it's not that technical, believe me.
It really, because I've often wondered if it's actually a show business thing or if it's the real thing.
No, it's a real thing.
The real thing. So you really
sure.
Sure.
Actually, I'm getting one made up with 8 necks. I'm going to get a wheelwright to make a big rim round it, and then I can do cartwheels off the stage.
Now that is rock and roll.
Yeah, I think so.
Of course, on No Quarter you've reworked a number of Zepp classics. You've got Kashmir, Four Sticks, Gallows Pole, but there is one classic that's not there.
Well, I think you flogged that to death already.
Well, I think flogged is an unfair...
I like the word flogged.
I think... That's very British Conservative Party of you, Robin. I think that is an unfair thing.
I don't like David Mellor, but I like the word flogged.
We paid tribute to this song, and in fact, I'd just like to remind you...
Tribute? I thought you were on a royalty.
No, I wasn't. That's how stupid I was. I wasn't on a royalty. No, I just want to remind you of what a tribute we paid. Feast your eyes.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. There's a lady.
Oh yeah, I'll have it.
All that glitters is gold.
Are they still in the business?
Who is that lady? If you examine the text of this piece, then you find that lady is none other than Miss Shirley Bassey.
There's a lady who knows all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven.
What more tribute did we pay?
I think you missed the best one.
Which was that?
The Fat Elvis. I thought he was fantastic.
No sooner do you say it than here it is in front of your very eyes.
Where is he?
Cue Elvis.
There's a lady all that glitters is gold. She's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are open. With the word she can get what she came for. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure.
Now, why is that your favourite?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to hide behind the curtains at home at Christmas, and I used to try and be Elvis. There was a certain ambience between the curtains and the French windows. There's a certain sound there for a 10-year-old. That was all the ambience I got at 10 years old. And yeah, I think. And I always wanted to be certain, a bit similar to that, you know, but I didn't want to sell pizza.
No, but it's so easy to be Elvis now, of course.
Yeah, I know, I've been watching some of your TV.
No. But, now, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. When Rolf Harris went to the top of the charts in England with Stairway to Heaven, what did you think? This was the sign of the Antichrist?
Well, you know, they wouldn't... Oh, no, some of my best childhood memories have been watching Rolf.
Wow.
Yeah. No, you know they wouldn't put it out in America because there was such disdain. Everybody was absolutely furious.
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of... Don't worry, Rolf, just keep on snoring back there. Okay.
What did you guys think? Were you furious or were you amused?
I didn't really hear it. No, I'll tell you the truth. It was when I got a whole... I didn't know he'd gone to the top of the charts. I was abroad at the time working.
Right.
But I did get a whole set of clips of all that, and I thought it was hilarious.
All right.
I think he's great, Rolf.
Yeah,
and
of course he is.
I don't care what he, you know...
Plus, he can do Jake the Peg, and we can't.
Yeah. It's one for your next album. Now, before we go, Robert, I have to ask you, what does "If There's a Bustle in Your Hedgerow" mean?
You've got me over a barrel now, or under a barrel.
I never touched him.
No. Shall I tell him? No. I won't tell you the Freudian thing. But what it is, it's the beginning of spring. It's when the birds make their nests, when hope and the new year begins. And it's nothing to do with any of the weird stuff you've read about in America.
Oh, right. So,
Yeah.
so
It's the beginning of the new year.
Thank God, now we all know.
Yeah.
So you're going to play for us tonight. What are you going to play?
If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, yeah.
Excellent. All
In
right.
F.
Jimmy,
In F.
what's your symbol mean?
Hey?
What was that?
Symbol mean on 4.
The
no,
symbol.
What, recovering Catholic?
It means frying tonight.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I see.
Thank you very much for that question from the audience. Will you
Yeah,
please thank Robert Plant and
Sorry
Jimmy
we don't
Page.
respond to all those.
Thank you, brother. Please welcome Robert Plant and Jimmy Page. Jimmy. Right. Good. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and No Quarter is the album. Come on down. Sounds like a game show, doesn't it? Welcome to the musical challenge. Oh,
I'm doing my lace up. Hang on.
okay, no, but I'll just fill for you.
It's the first gig I've done in years.
Really? Now, could you just hold that for a minute, Jimmy? Thank you very much. The musical challenge, this is where all they actually come on the show, all the bands, we stretch their musical credibility by giving them something they wouldn't normally do. Now, you guys have done just about everything. So what we've put in here tonight is 50 of Rolf Harris's greatest songs. 50 of Rolf Harris's greatest songs. Are you prepared to take the challenge?
Jim, you better do it. You're older than me.
Well, all right.
Okay. Dip your hand in there, Jimmy. Oh, I can hardly wait.
It says Sun Arise.
Sun Arise by Rolf
my
Harris.
favourite.
You're prepared to do that at the end of the show?
Not if I can help it.
Oh, come on, please.
All right, for Rolf.
Oh, for Rolf. At the end of the show, Ron Black on the page, Sun Arise. Take us out tonight with the fabulous Rolf Harris song Sunrise, Mr. Robert Plant and Mr. Jimmy Page. Good night.
Sunrise, bring in the morning. Sunrise, bring in the morning. Let it turn this good sunrise. Sunrise, spreading the dawn. Sunrise, coming dawn. Spread all light Sunrise.